In the last module, we have looked at the more coercive forms of social control. Now we look at the more subtly indirect form of social control. So this means that the kind of control which where you are denied your personal choice and your dignity is hurt. It encourages you to do what you don't want to do, and even if it's layer, if you don't want to avoid work, and if you don't want to be restricted from work, it forces you to do that, to fall into a certain area which you don't want to, or fall into a certain group which you don't want to. So to understand, we can look at the pension, age-old pensions system in Britain. So when it was introduced, an arbitrary age 70 was selected as the age where after which people will get these old age benefits. This 70 was probably used because most of the people at that time in early 20th century died by the time they attained the age 70, or at least the more poor people died before they attained the age 70. Then it was considered a gift. So it was not something which was linked to your work you were doing. It was not linked to the acceptance of your contribution to the society, but it was considered a gift by the government to you. So beneficiaries were considered or should be seen as grateful. So they were required to be grateful to the state or the administrators which gave them this benefit. Then the age was changed from 70 to 65 for men and 60 for women, again arbitrarily. But then another restriction was placed that if you want to have this benefit, you cannot work. So this was another way of, arbitrarily deciding that even if a person wants to work, a man wants to work, he has to stop at 65, and a woman wants to work, she has to stop at 60, because the state says so. So this was a way of forcing choices by the parliamentarians, by the administrators on the people. So the individuals were supposed to change their lives, to change their behavior, to change their desires in accordance with the social welfare policies or social welfare policy rules. Now, as we discussed before, there is the mean testing. There are lots of different questions people are asked when they come forward for social welfare benefits. When they ask for social welfare benefits, they are asked questions about their partners, their husbands, their wives, their children, their finances, why they left a certain job 20 years ago or 10 years ago, why they lived in that area, why they took that loan. All these types of questions are asked if they want to apply, or if they want to get the social loan welfare benefits. This, of course, leads to loss of dignity, and this also leads to more deviance, and then stereotypes, and then resentment. So if you look at the current resentment against minorities and against refugees and immigrants, they have been called lazy, rapists, criminals, not interested in integration in the main society, young men on prey. So all these are labels which are given to refugees and immigrants because they are getting some benefits from the society. Sometimes deviants are there, and social policy is used to deny a special group from these benefits. So if you look at compare the Muslims and the lower castes in India, lower castes, scheduled castes and scheduled tribes were lower at the time of independence in terms of different human development indicators as compared to Muslims. So the lower castes, but over the years, lower castes have been given political, social, and civil rights, and lots of schemes have been introduced. So their lot has been getting better, but Muslims are not are getting worse and worse over the years in India. But Muslims are denied these benefits again by stereotyping them that they are lazy and they don't want to work and they have large families and all these. So these are the ways in which less coercive ways of stereotyping the group and controlling these groups. Thank you.